I have changed my dinner table design. The previous design was working quite well, but as you have maybe seen in previous videos, the support structure that was looking like this was a separate piece, and I accidentally left it in the car in the sun, and it melted, so it deformed due to the hot sun, and it was also black, so I left it what is that called, underneath the rear window, the hood, I don't know, that area right here, where, by the way, I have now a small solar panel that's working well, charging a power bank, but that may be for another video. So that part was deformed, and then I decided to make the table plate and the support structure from one piece, because the previous design was working very well, as I said, but it was a bit risky sometimes when you would like touch the table, bump into the table plate, and you could flip it quite a bit in the air, it would come loose. So that was a bit risky. All in all, I decided to do it in one piece, to try that. Basically also because I found that I'm very happy with my phone holder design. As I show you there, was it? Yeah, it's working very well. That was one piece. Of course, that's smaller, but it's very sturdy, and although having modular pieces is helpful, because I used the plate also in other parts of the car, and I found that was quite handy. But I think in this case that we have to go with sturdy before handy, and because the most important requirement of dinner table, phone holder, whatever, basically in the car, the most important requirement will always have to be spilling. Should be avoided at all cost, right? So as I said before, and I kept it in, of course, the edge around the table plate is crucial, and also I found that these lines in here are visually crucial, because it gets very ugly if you have this one flat plate. Somehow it gets very ugly. I don't know why. I use all these grooves in my designs when I design a board for a cabinet. Try to imitate a wooden board. I always use the grooves. That's very important. And what I found also to be crucial in the design was to design it under an angle to compensate, because you want to have it horizontal, but the seat or other parts of the real world that it has to connect to will not be straight. And in this case, indeed it's not really possible to get the front seat the inclination more to the front, so your design has to compensate, and I found it crucial. And even now you see that's a little bit even further than horizontal, so I can move the seat a little bit back to get it horizontal, but that is crucial. And that is done in this part here. Hope it can be seen. That is not vertically, there's an angle there. And the dinner table sign, this one, I say with one piece, but of course it doesn't fit in the Ultimaker 3 Extended. I hope to get the S5 next year. So wish me luck on that. But so I printed in, well, you could say 4 pieces and glued them together. You always use gel glue. Second hardening, so second, so that glue that hardens in seconds. But gel, otherwise it won't. You need to compensate for gaps, especially you found. So in this support structure, the last bit didn't fit. I print that separately. So the left, so this is the right part of the last part of the supporting structure. One piece, printing one piece, and you have on the left side one piece, and I glued it here to the supporting structure, and the supporting structure with the table I printed on with the right side and the left side to just fit in the Ultimaker 3. Glued it together with, I hope you can see that. If we have a light, I don't know. But the table is supported by a like a blade in the middle. No, that is not visible really. Not visible probably. Maybe you could keep it. Let's see if I can keep it fully in the dark. Oh yeah. Oh, don't you just love Samsung? You see that right there, and that's about half of the thickness. And I found, yeah, this really works well. So all in all, that was that. Boiling water in a glass. You'll need a little bit of a paper underneath because this is PLA. It will become a little bit sticky if you don't put paper underneath. But other than that, this is fantastic. I'm very happy with the design, and I made a little, of course. So crucial to the design is also get this long as possible. So this doesn't really matter if you move this supporting structure, supporting pillar back or forth. It's quite sturdy, this PLA, even in this thickness. But this is crucial to keep this as long as possible, to have it, otherwise it will push in the soft wall and then you will get some movement. So long as possible, and even to have it not push into the soft metal, I created a plate, supporting plate here, and even a connection, but that's always, you should always have to try that to connect these parts that are far from each other for sturdiness. And well, that comes to the last point of what is crucial. You need to practice with gluing, building up your part with multiple parts, from multiple parts, and gluing them together. And crucial is you have positioning pins, because you will try to glue these parts. There will be gaps, air gaps. It will not be flat. There will be all kinds of rough surface or anything, and then you will try to push the parts together after applying the glue. Press harder, and it will pop and fly through the room on your very expensive sweater, or maybe in your eye, and you will have glue on your sweater, and yeah, I'll just shoot away from you. And to avoid that, have positioning pins. Have positioning pins, and at least your position is always done, and you can push a little harder. It will not snap away from you. Always, because you always need to glue only one part at a time, one piece at a time. And if you try to, well, if they need a connection to the other part, the right part needs a connection to this left part, you see here that it doesn't match. You will try to get it to match up, and it'll snap away from you. It will end up on your trousers, your expensive trousers, of course. You will get it all on your hands, trying to get it in position. The slightest bit will come on your hands. 1 second, your hands are glued to your fingers are glued to each other. Almost happened to me. Yes, it says that on the tube, but people will end up in that situation anyway. You need positioning pins or rectangular protrusions or whatever. You will need something. Always do that, and then you'll be fine. So with that, this was Printer World. As always, copy and improve if you can. Thank you. See you on the next design.